struggled to stay motivated during workouts or hit a plateau in your fitness goals? Let's talk about how AI can change those motivational plateaus that come up when we are trying to get ourselves into the gym. How does generative AI help us stay motivated, and how does it help us break through the plateaus of staying active in the gym?
How do I reduce friction? Friction in my ability to work out and get fit. I use generative AI in every aspect of my training. The first part that I did, where was there friction? Where was I losing the motivation? Where was I finding it harder to continue to train? The first thing that I did was have conversations with the likes of the Chat GPTs, Claudes, just talking through what my goals are and where I'm struggling. I'm using it as my coach. It helps me plan for events, but if I don't have a goal, I'm just turning the wheels over on the bike. Chat GPT and Claude is helping me envision what that goal is, and then helping me work back from that with a plan. How can I do this and still achieve my goal? And that's where the conversation with Chat GPT and Claude, and it actually helps me plan out specifics.
Do you think it'll have the same effect on someone who maybe is at a lower fitness level than yourself?
The key is that you give it as much context about yourself. The more context you can give it, the better quality outputs you're going to get. It's about the individual articulate their goal.
You're now sitting down with your AI agent after every session and having a conversation with your AI agent. Am I correct with that?
I've basically got two windows. One that's giving me my program, and I've got another one that gives me my nutrition tips. My nutrition assistant went right down to writing the online order for all of my nutrition products for me. I gave it what my goals were. I said, I'm an endurance athlete. I want to keep the costs down. I want to maximize discounts.
The biggest issue for many humans when they deal with AI is they just will enter in one sentence, but you're sitting down for a period of time to craft your thought, to ask the question before you even ask it. That's the most difficult thing for many people, Gareth.
It's Chat GPT, not sentence GPT. I'd say you work with someone, you work with a brand new person, you want to work with them. You don't say, go and do this thing, and then you walk away. You would have a conversation with them. We've been trained over the last decade to interact with these tools, untrain yourself, to interact in a completely different way, and then you're going to get those better results. It's the questions you ask that's going to help you unlock that infinite expertise.
Are you basically saying treat the Chat GPT or any AI tool like a human pretty much?
Yeah, have that conversation. Give it feedback. So giving feedback when it's delivering good outcomes to not so good outcomes.
What about those that would argue on the contrarian side? You're giving all this private stuff, you're becoming too dependent on the technology, there's all this potential for misuse. How do you address those conversations?
I'm not going to sugarcoat it, the models do hallucinate. But the problem is, when they hallucinate, they sound really convincing. Hallucinations, very much, they're there. But how do you use it to augment yourself? It should never be a cut and paste. It should be, that's a great suggestion, how might I build on that? But it's not quite there yet, so I'll add my human touch to it.
What would you give somebody to say, how would you start using AI tools in your personal fitness journey? What would you recommend would be that first step for them to get started?
Provide the goal. I want to lose 20 pounds or 10 kilos. How might you help me? What are the prompts I should use to get you to help me achieve that goal? So asking the tool to prompt itself. Be confident that if you start having the conversation, you're going to learn stuff and you're only going to push yourself forward and get better from trying. The best thing is to experiment, get curious, and start by asking the question.
Being comfortable speaking to them like you're speaking to your spouse, your partner, your business colleague, is you want to speak very clearly. It's about clear communication. It's about clarity over cleverness. The more clear you speak to your agent, the more clear responses you're going to get back.